All right, man. So we live, Jack, and yeah,
Yeah.
man. I think I want to welcome everybody to the podcast. We can ready get in right into it with this Caitlin Clark and Cheryl Swoopes controversy that's going on, right? And so my question to y'all though, like, and we spoke about it for a few minutes before we came on. Do y'all think that that you know what I mean, like they making Cheryl Swoopes like the poster child for you know for people that hate on Caitlin Clark? What you think,
Yeah.
Clayton?
Yeah. I mean, she's gotten propelled into that position. Absolutely,
Yeah,
she has. Yes,
and,
she has.
but
Yeah.
do you
Hmm?
think it's unfair though?
Um,
You think it's
I'm gonna
unfair?
say,
I think
yeah,
I think that, that's all I be hearing is the anti.
And I'm sure it's not just coming from.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh,
It's not just coming from Cheryl Swoops, but she seemed to have the bullhorn now, and because of that, she has the bullseye on her. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So what I've been hearing, what I mean, just through social media and things like that, that she's the number one person that's championing this opposition against Caitlin Clark. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, like, use the
but
term, she's the captain of that ship. You know what I'm saying? So it
yeah.
seems it
yeah.
seems to be that, you know what I mean? It seems to be that way. You know what I
But
mean? That's
as
what's being portrayed.
was her original comments though, like was her original comments like worthy of all this hate that she receiving from the fan base?
Well, I think it's based on perception and how you perceive it.
Mm-hmm.
So, we have to ask ourselves: is correcting a person and pretty much saying, come on now, she didn't have 5 years to break the record. She wasn't shooting up as many shots. If you correct her, is that
Right.
hatred toward her?
I don't think so.
No, no,
So I think some of the initial stuff, and I'm not a Stephen A. Smith apologist by no means, but I think, first of all, Caitlin Clark is content and it's going to make people click and listen. But
right,
I think he was just appealing to the idea that whatever they're saying, this is the second time when she talked about everybody on the team doing well and left Caitlin out of it. He was saying, for the most part, this is going to validate all these people saying you hating on her or you got a problem with her.
Something personal, right? That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think anything these fans are doing is justifiable. I think fans are just over the top extreme.
Mhm.
yeah,
So if you're
yeah,
talking about that vitriol coming from fans, totally unnecessary. But they fanatics. I don't expect them to do
Mhm.
nothing but what they're doing. But as far as in the media, I don't know if there's real hatred going on in the media coming from media types
yeah.
Towards Cheryl.
towards
Well,
Cheryl. Yeah.
I think like the dude Stephen A. Smith and what's the dude
Hmm.
Jason Whitlock. I think they trying to vilify her.
Hmm.
I know those two because
Yeah.
Jason Whitlock he said that he
Yeah.
called Cheryl Swoops a bigot, and
Well, then there you have it. There you have it.
so
Yeah.
what about her comments made her you know what I mean, like what was bigoted about her comments? She might have been incorrect, you know what I mean, her initial comments probably was
Yeah.
incorrect,
Yeah.
but you know, man, I don't
I
know.
Yeah. I
ain't,
didn't. I didn't. Yeah. I didn't hear.
but I ain't surprised. I ain't hear him say it, but I ain't surprised one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, he's just trying to say. I think he's trying, and I can't speak for him either. And I haven't heard Cheryl say anything directly bigot. A lot of times, what we do is we say what things imply,
right,
and and it's like we get upset being African American, black, whatever you want to label us as. We get upset when things are underlined, not said directly, but it's underlined. And
right,
we'll take something underlined and say it's racist or it's something. So
yeah,
I think what Jason called himself trying to do is trying to show us how some of our actions may be considered the same thing.
right, okay, I can,
You
all right,
know,
so
yeah.
is it bigotry though So is it bigotry? Like, all right, do y'all think it's bigotry or it's just like competition? Like, because all right, remember what the young lady say, Diana Taurasi said, you know, like coming to the league for Caitlin Clark is going to be, you know what I mean? Like it's not going to be easy. You know what I mean? And the same thing what Cheryl Swoopes said that, you know, now you're playing against grown women. And so that was their initial comments, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so when you have African-American woman said the same thing as you know, like
well, Cheryl didn't say that. Cheryl didn't say that.
Sure, what Cheryl said. Well, no,
Cheryl said her record. Cheryl said her record was illegitimate. Cheryl said she shot a whole bunch of times. That's how she got it.
She shot 40 times.
Yeah. See, now Diana Taurasi, right. And even those statements wasn't big to me, but it was some type of, you know, it was some type of resent there. But
both
go ahead, I'm listening.
Both statements was meant to imply that you're not gonna have the same type of success at the collegiate level. I mean, at the pro level that you had at the collegiate level, right? So that's what both of them was implying or saying the same thing. And so, you know, my thing is, you know, like I said, with Stephen A. Smith and what's the other guy?
Jason Whitlock.
Jason Whitlock. You know what I mean? So they making Cheryl Swoopes though like the poster child for, you know, for hating on.
But Cheryl's not helping herself either. You go on Gilbert Arenas podcast.
Yeah.
And then you say what you say on his thing, and her and I went back and forth. You know, and now you constantly keep doing things. You're not helping yourself either.
Like keep doubling down and stuff on
it. You doubling down because of pride. Now, Diana Taurasi, she explained herself and she started coming back up off that statement. Saying what this girl doing is great. It's amazing.
And I think what helped Diana Taurasi is that she's still playing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that almost kind of like solidifies her stance because she's still playing, whereas though Cheryl Swoopes isn't. So you know, so it could be like it's some jealousy and bitterness that you know Cheryl Swoopes was an all-time great, and I didn't get looked at that. You know what I mean? I didn't get looked at the same. Go ahead, though, Mike.
Diana Taurasi had to back off her statement because then Caitlin Clark beat her 2 times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So how you gonna say? You know, how you gonna say she not the truth when Caitlin Clark beat her twice?
Yeah, but I think it's like we look at it different. If we're both playing and I say something, at least I have the ability to try to back up what I'm saying. Whereas opposed to my career is over and I'm saying something, it's like you can't even back it up or justify your position. You understand? You just throwing stuff out there, you know. That's how I'm looking at it.
So that's to my point. That's like, you know what I mean? Like if you got a person that you got 2 fighters and one fighter beat the other fighter 2 times, you know what I mean? You can't just say, you know, that fighter is a bum.
Right.
Now the retired fighter can stand on that stage. But the one who currently fighting, you can't keep saying that.
Right, because if I'm retired, I can't see that smoke. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna get that smoke.
Now, but I will give Diana Rossi some more credit because before they even played, and after she made the statement, they doubled back on her. She just said, "Listen, all I was saying was it's an orientation period. If in greatness, she's great. Greatness will translate." So she was kind of backing off it even before they started playing each other a little bit. So I give her a little bit of credit for that, you know. But this
man. I mean, she saw the thing with Caitlin Clark is, man, she can play, man. You know what I'm saying? And she'll tell you that it hasn't been easy. You know what I mean? She'll tell you it hasn't been easy. But she showed that she belongs. You know what I'm saying? She's earning, you know what I mean, for her contemporary to say, man, you know what I mean, she can play, man. She's earned that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So look, Clayton, now what did the lady say during the broadcast that raised a few eyebrows? You were saying that Caitlin Clark needs to.
It wasn't during the broadcast. She's the Phoenix Mercury broadcast announcer. Her name is I want to say Jensen is her last name. I'm not sure. You guys check it out. Correct me on it. But she made a statement and this is like I said, and as we talked off screen, um, this all goes back to me that there is some level of resentment because Caitlyn is being propped up as the savior. Her statement was this whole idea of Caitlyn coming down with 2 tablets down off the hill to save the WNBA. And the WNBA don't need saving, it needed promotion.
Yeah.
And we all said it, and so many people talk about it, and it's a running joke. I even remember on Saturday Night Live, they was talking about like nobody's watching the WNBA. That's been a running joke for years. How many fans and always a running joke. And it also it's been a stereotype that it's a lesbian league. That's a stereotype. I'm not suggesting it, but that's a stereotype. So with all that being said, right, she was saying it needs promotion. But we always say, why all these great players? Because we admit it's some great players that played. But why didn't they captivate people? And I think it goes back to speak to it's a certain demographic in this country that wasn't vibing with the idea of the stereotype about the WNBA being lesbians and you know, and even black women, you know, being in the forefront. So with that said, Caitlyn comes along and she's becoming the face. And I honestly believe that they much rather have somebody that supports that lifestyle because it's an old guard that still controls the league. They want that to be the face, not a straight girl. So she come out and said, if Caitlyn, and then she used Cheryl Swoopes as the example. She said, people need to push back on Stephen A for using Cheryl Swoopes for clicks. And if Caitlyn's not going to do the right thing, then the Indiana Fever, like an apology LGBTQ and black women for all the vitriol that's coming from the fans. And that's absolutely ridiculous to me, in my opinion. It's not their responsibility. Right. But it goes to show you that they're just looking for anything to despise this young lady, not all of them. Because it's no way you got to think that she's doing the wrong thing by not getting involved in that.
So
That girl working on her game.
So she's responsible for whatever social ills that the WNBA is going through. Is her.
Hey, that's her responsibility. Society been like this. Society has been like this.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a tall order.
Yeah, it is.
Well, let me ask you now. Did you see that last game, the Indiana Fever last game? They played, who they played the Lynx.
I don't know. I ain't see it, Mike. I ain't see it.
Well, yeah, I watched the game. Yeah.
All right. So my take on what I seen with them, with the Fever play the Lynx. The Fever, I think the Fever, Indiana Fever, need to tighten up on their defense more because they now they can score. But I don't think that their defense is, you know what I mean? I think their defense is going to catch up with them or is going to let them win. Mike?
Did they win that last game?
No, they lost. Minnesota got out.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think they've been playing great defense down the stretch. I don't think the refs allowed them to play defense that night.
So you think that the refs held the refs was squabbling the whistle when it came to Indiana?
Yeah, well, not because in the first half they was locking Minnesota down. They went in with a 50-45 lead, and they was limiting the post, and they was dominating in the post, and they was playing physical. And the second half, that third quarter, every time, Kaya got the ball, they went in the paint, blowing the whistle. It just, so I think, which is good for them because they need to go through the politics. That's going to be part of it. You're going to have some team that's going to get favorable call. And you know, Cheryl Reeves is very much part of that guard that has a control over the league. You know what I'm saying? She's got a voice in this league. She was the Olympic coach, and she was very adamant about we're not going to lay down for Caitlin Clark and come out with a Black Girls Rock T-shirt. You know, Cheryl Reeves is very pro that lifestyle, and I believe she may have a female partner in her life.
Yeah.
So I just felt like Indiana can't have the mental meltdown
Mm-hmm.
that they had. But
Yeah.
I think a lot of their defense has been very much improved. Now, Caitlin is still weak off ball, but she's very strong on ball.
Right.
That's where she understands that. But as a team, they working together to cover each other. So
Yeah.
I think the defense was really good. I think what we witnessed Friday night was the referees not allowing them to play D, and they fell apart. They had
Yeah.
a mental meltdown. Minnesota got in that ass,
Yeah.
which
So,
they should have.
so Clayton,
Yes.
was it getting too
Yeah.
physical? That's why the quick whistles in the second half. Is that
Yes, they was playing. Actually, it wasn't even real physical. It was just like you couldn't play defense. You couldn't touch them.
Yeah.
Whistle. You know what I'm saying? And that's why Kaylin was zapping out. Aaliyah Boston was zapping out. Kelsey, and then when they was trying to attack, Kelsey going downhill, blowing the whistle, or allowing them to play them physical foul, no call. So the whole Indiana team, except for Christy Side, she didn't have a meltdown. But this is my theory. She
Yeah.
had I think she understood what was happening, and it was nothing she
Right.
could do. But I know she was disappointed in seeing this league do this. But she
Yeah.
can't say anything because she's been in the
Yeah.
league for a long time. She can't say nothing. So them
So
girls
yeah,
had a meltdown. Go
I
ahead,
think
Mike.
with Christy Size, I think she realized what was going on during the game, and really
Yes.
wasn't no adjustment that she could make like real time. You know what I mean? To
Nothing she
come
could do.
back
Yeah.
with the ref.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but I
Nothing she
think
could do.
going forward, I think they'll be able to because sometimes you do have to feel the referees out. You know what I mean? Like
Needed
what
that.
kind of game
Yep.
it's going to be.
right?
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So are you going to allow us to play?
Yeah.
You know, you're going to swallow the whistle, or you gonna blow the whistle at every
Every call.
It's
Yep.
like almost
Yeah.
like umpires in baseball. You gotta see how they calling it. You gotta see how they
Yep.
call
Right,
it.
right.
Yeah.
And Caitlin, I see so much of myself when I was a child in Caitlin. When shit ain't go my way, I used to throw temper tantrums.
Yeah.
She'd be younger. She'd do the same thing. One time they fouled her, she fell on the floor, laid there. Oh my God, and she clapping real hard at the ref when he finally made a call, antagonizing them. So these are the things, that you got to go through.
And that could come back and bite them too.
Well, yeah. But the one thing I think about her situation, her father used to coach her. And I seen a video clip before in college when she was throwing a temper tantrum. And they put the camera on her father, and her father was screaming on her ass.
Yeah.
Cut that shit out. Play ball. I do think that her dad is going to get in her ear. And I do think, because I think her and her dad watch film together and break shit down too. Because it's conversation saying that during the break she got with her dad, and so I think her dad is gonna get in her head, like cut that bullshit out. You just gotta play.
I think he stays in her ear.
Yeah, I think he stays in her ear. But yeah, they had a mental meltdown. But you're right, Minnesota got that ass though. Minnesota got 5 players on the floor at all times can score the basketball.
Right.
It's hard to defend that. Yeah.
And it's hard to defend that, number one. And then I said, like, Minnesota has to be one of the few teams in the league that can get away with, like, for the most part, trying to play one-on-one. You know what I mean? Where they don't double team a lot, and then so their double teams don't hurt them. So they keep you honest more so than like a lot of other teams.
And they don't go one-on-one. They move the ball. That's what I love about them. It ain't like somebody out there just patting and dribbling. That ball is moving around, and if they put it on the floor, they go into the basket. Yeah.
So
yeah.
That's the thing about Minnesota. All right, so man want to come on. I'm gonna post the link.
Yeah.
Because I can't.
So now let me ask you something, man. What do you think about Angel Reese season being over?
Yeah, man. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that her season is over with. But I just, it is. If it's a
wrist, right? She got a wrist issue.
Yeah.
Injury, I should say. Yeah. Got a wrist injury. Yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that her season over with, but you know.
Mm-hmm. And the Aces, I didn't realize that Chelsea Plum was out. She's been out for a few games. She came back the other night.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they came back from being down 14 and beat the Sun. That was an impressive victory to me for them because they've been struggling lately. To me, they haven't been playing like they were playing, you know. So I thought that was good. And Kelsey Plum came back and hit 27. So she gave him 27 that
Do
night.
you
So
think? Do you think? Do you think
mhm.
Las Vegas? Do you think they just waiting for the postseason? Do you think they?
No.
Because you
No,
know sometimes, man, because you when you won, because they back to back champs, right? Are they back to back champs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So they might think that, you know what I'm saying, man, let's just get to the postseason and then we can turn it on. Do y'all look at them that way?
No, I think, and the reason why I say I don't think they hold him back is because I saw an interview that Asia Wilson did, and she said she cherished every possession. Every time she go out on the court, she, you know, it's 100%. I think
Yeah.
number one, I think that the league, I think that what's good, man. I think that the
What's
league
up?
has caught up with them.
Hmm.
Man, what's
You know
up,
what I
bro?
Hmm.
mean? And I think it's so hard to repeat. But now you talk about
Hmm.
3 times.
3 times. That's
That's
hard.
tough.
Yeah, that's the
That's
And
tough
tough.
thing.
also,
It
and
definitely is.
also, Chelsea Gray started the season coming off injury, and she's older now. She's an older vet. They went to the Olympics. It's all kinds of things that play with that. So I don't think they just let's just get it together. That's a dangerous game to play.
Yeah, it is.
When you trying to be a champion, you want to hit your stride at the right
Yeah, yeah,
time. You don't. I don't
yeah.
think you have a whole bunch of games to waste. I
Right.
think you
And
just
I
want
think
to turn it on. Yeah.
with with people who have won before, like
Mhm.
they never, you know, champions really don't try to turn it on. You know what I mean? Like they
Yeah.
believe in staying ready, so you don't have to get ready. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So I know that to be, you know,
Hmm.
and yeah.
It's,
All
it's
right,
just
so
go
so
ahead,
let me
Mike. Go
see.
ahead.
No, go ahead, Tom.
No, I was just saying it's like from the coach on down. If y'all have won the last two, a lot of people say Asa Wilson is the best player in the league. You
Mm-hmm.
know, sometimes you can get a little complacent and like, you
Yeah.
know, we went through this before, man. You know, we just gotta but like you say, it's a dangerous game though. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Dangerous game because you gotta make sure you sharp at the right time. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Yeah,
You gotta
yeah.
make
Yeah.
sure you sharp at the right time and everything. You know what I'm saying?
So let
Sharp
me
at
say
the
this.
right
Like
time.
one of our viewers in the chat said that Asia Wilson is chasing that MVP. That's what's hurting the team. So what you think about that comment?
I don't think it's hurt. I'll say this. I think what's hurting the team is they trying to make sure she get it. That
Oh, you
might be
think?
a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, because she played the way she played.
yeah,
And I don't necessarily think she's going out of her way to play like she played. That's just how she played. But I do think that constant deferring to her because
yeah,
all of a sudden the conversation and the narrative starting to change, trying to put Caitlyn in that conversation and Afisha Collier in that conversation and others. Now all of a sudden it's like the Aces, they such a clique. They trying to make sure she get it. And I don't know if that's the
Make
best
sure it's a
basketball to play.
separation right there. I see that. Yeah, I mean, I don't see that, but I understand it because I don't watch it as
Yeah,
much as you guys, right? But
yeah,
I can understand that. But could that
yeah.
get in the way, or do you think that's getting in the way of them winning, though? You know what I mean? Could you think that could be getting in the way of them, you know what I mean, has a success, as the season go on?
I think
yeah,
because you want to have to guard everybody. You want everybody to contribute. You want to create balance. You want to make it difficult on your opponent. But if
yeah.
all I'm doing is feeding Asia in the post, then now when it's come time for somebody else to step up, you're not in rhythm. You don't have your flow. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Man, what's good, man?
Oh, not much, man. Sorry to be late, fellas. Just got off the golf course,
Oh,
so
you
sorry to
good.
be late.
Hey, man, I thought you was. I seen you on social media partying. I was
Oh,
like,
no,
man,
that was last.
what's going on?
Yeah, that was last night. Today is getting up early, hitting that golf course, man.
Oh, all
That's what's
right.
up. How was
But
your round? How
I've
was your
seen a lot
round?
of interesting things that took place in the last 10 minutes. So did you
Okay.
guys see that Dak got paid?
My dad just sent me the text.
Yep,
Yup.
Dak got his money.
Yep.
And did y'all discuss about your girl being out for the rest of the year?
Who, Angel?
I mentioned it.
Yeah.
Just mentioned it. Yeah, we just mentioned it. Yeah.
So, yeah, Angel out. Angel out.
Yeah.
So look, all right. So let me see what another one guy in the chat says that. All right. So he's saying that Asia is taking 28 to 30 shots a game because Caitlyn
Is on her heels. Yes.
Yeah.
I do believe that, but I don't believe she's necessarily just taking them. I think they feeding her. Yeah, she getting them shots up, but I do think it's a concerted effort.
Yeah.
To get it to her. Yeah.
Check this question. Is she the best player on that team?
Who, Asia?
If she's the best player on the team, why not have her take those shots? That's what they do. You feed the best player to get the game going. That's like saying, hey, we're not going to give Michael Jordan the ball. He only going to take 20 shots a game. If Michael Jordan get hot, you keep feeding him. You feed the hot hand.
You feed him
you something.
if he ain't hot.
You feed the star.
I'm going to offer you something, man, to that. That's a good point. She's the best player on the team, but they got a team that featured 3 or 4 Olympians. They have a great team. So my best player, I don't need shooting 30 times. 15 to 20 is good because you got balance and you want to keep the defense off balance. I don't want to be one-dimensional because she's the best player when I got an elite team.
Right. I mean, you got a good point there. But what I'm saying to you is this: the fall that they're taking right now, you know what I'm saying? You got to figure out what the fall is and how to stop you from falling. The easiest way to stop a fall and start winning again is you feed your best player, let them carry the team on their back, and then you figure out what's going on with everything else. So I mean, I can't blame her for taking 30 shots a game.
No, I wasn't blaming. I was just saying. I was saying to the person, I don't think she's chasing it, but I think it's a concerted effort to feed her. That's all. I
definitely don't think she's chasing.
No.
Yeah.
No. But she is all business right now.
That
narrative started changing. She stopped putting them clothes on. She coming in the white tees. She like, I'm about this work.
Oh, she got to be.
Yeah.
She got to be now.
Yeah. I just think during the playoffs, I think defense. I think for the Indiana Fever, I think defense is probably going to be their Achilles. But they, you know what I mean. Everything else, like far as on the offensive side, you know what I mean. They got a nice flow and a nice rhythm. They got balance. You know what I mean. They have the girl Mitchell and Caitlyn is up top. Then you got Aaliyah Boston down. You know, she doing her thing. What's the other young lady that's in the low post with Boston? I forgot her name. I keep forgetting her name.
Alyssa Smith.
So she, you know what I mean? She like 11 points a game. She making a solid contribution too, right? So, you know.
I'm going to tell you the key, though, and why they've been playing great D, though. But Lexi Hall has been an outstanding defender. And the girl, Timmy, the other girl that speaks with the accent, the black girl, she's been an outstanding. They got people doing dirty work, and they okay with their role and stuff. And I just think their defense has been much improved. I think they're one of the best defending teams since the break. But I think the other night was a product of refs not letting them play D a little bit. And then they melt down, and then they got totally out of their game. They lost their mind. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
Because you don't win all these games in a row not playing D. They playing some outstanding D.
Yeah,
well, that's where it's starting at. Yeah. Go ahead.
So what their record since I think 7-3 since the break or something like that.
I think they only lost 2 games since the break, and they both was to Minnesota. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I mean, I think come playoff times, we'll see.
This is what I didn't like about Angel. That last statement she made. She said her last shot was for the season was a 3. So maybe that's the more to come. Maybe it's a preview of what's to come. Yeah. And I just feel like when you're big like that and you're shooting so inefficient around the basket, it's fine to work on the 3. But to me, you need to really work on where you're going to get your chops at. You need to develop that, become more efficient down there before you start worrying about moving out to the three. Because it's not like you got the agility with the ball to create space and all that for threes. You can get one and everything collapse and you wide open. But I think she should work on that paint down in that paint present, her footwork and all that stuff.
So let me ask you this, right? Well, I'm asking everybody because y'all watch way more than I do. Why is she so inefficient that close to the basket? Why isn't she better around the basket at scoring?
Because she don't get no lift on her shot. She don't elevate, right? So basically what she do is hold the ball over her head when she's shooting. But if she going up against somebody who number one can elevate, number two, her height or even taller, then they gonna contest that shot. So she's still gonna shoot, and that's why she getting like a lot of second chance, because she's very good at going after her own, you know what I mean, the rebound.
Yeah.
But if she had, and even if she was using her body a little bit better, right, as far as like putting her body in between the opponent and the ball, then she'll get better shots, number one. Or like I said, if she elevated when she shoot, but she don't do that. She just, she get a lot of her shots blocked.
And when she played in college, that was developing her game. Like Mike said, it wasn't too many people that was her size. Now she get to the pros, she get body down there. She gets people her size. And if you ever looked at Angel Reese's game, she really don't jump.
Right.
She's not one of those players that really jumps for rebounds and jumps in the air. She's more of a reacher. Like she's in the right place at the right time when that ball comes down. That's her quality and her skills.
She got a motor. Really she got a motor. Yeah. She got a high motor. I know that. Yeah.
So she got to learn to start to jump and elevate and get the ball off the rim. Attack the rim, because Angel Reese doesn't attack a rim, but she knows where to come down, where the ball is going to come down at.
Yeah.
So she a little bit, and that's what I think. That's why they really shut her down, in my opinion. I think the real shutdowns come to the fact that they know that they got to elevate her game a lot more to keep her in this competitive duel with the girl. You know what I'm saying? The WNBA needs it. Let's shut her down now. Let's get her in the gym. Let's get her relevant for next season.
Well, part of that is going to be part of that's going to be like keeping her focused too. She have a whole lot of different outside interests. You know what I mean? And so,
and best believe somebody in the WNBA is talking to her about that too.
Yeah.
Trust me.
I
think her circle really needs it. I think her circle.
You think by having all them outside interests, she's not as dialed in on the game as she should be?
Yeah, that takes away from your focus. You know what I mean? So that takes away from your focus. Like I said last week, if you have somebody working time and a half, you can't compete with them if you only working part-time. So you show up she plays, she got a high motor, she practice hard, she play hard. But then this other girl is like she in the lab. And like Clayton said, she watch a lot of film. You know what I mean? And like most of her focus, and you can tell most of her focus is just basketball. And then if your focus, she eat, sleep, and drink basketball, and then you try to, you already see like in the rookie of the year race, like she separated herself. Now people talking about Caitlin Clark for as being MVP.
Yeah, MVP.
So
that makes you think if Angel Reese gonna be around in another 4 or 5 years. That makes you think like she's gonna be around. You know what I'm saying?
Or if she is around, like what's going to be her role? You know what I mean? Like she might be around, but like what will be her role? Will she even be relevant? I like Angel Reese.
She'll be around, but I think she'll be around, but I think the relevancy of Angel Reese's game will surpass, and everybody will start forgetting about it. Because after a while, a double-double is good, but a triple-double is better.
And I'm not saying, just let me give you some context. I'm not saying that the league would say we're done with Angel Reese. I'm looking at it the other way. Like Angel Reese might say, well, I'm done with the WNBA. That's how I'm saying. Yeah, I'm looking at it.
That could happen. That could happen, like I said, with her dividing her focus between. But I think basketball is where her bread is buttered, right?
For sure.
And so, like a lot of athletes, and I don't know if this comes with like this new social media age, but they think it's the other way around. Like, so I think if you stop, and we got to a discussion about that, I think if you stop playing basketball, you run a risk of it having a negative effect on your brain, because that's what people mainly know you from, basketball. Now,
Well,
to see if she built, you know what I mean, she was some type of, you know, influencer before the basketball, you know.
But maybe she might just use basketball to get, you know, to build her platform. And once it's already built, I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It could be that way.
But,
You know what I mean?
but you got it's some factors that go into that. First of all, Angel Reese, if she does leave the WNBA, she has a lot of other places to play, overseas and everything else like that. But you got to also take into consideration. Look what happened to that young lady. I think her name is Liz something. That used to play for LA, and then she just said, "I don't want to play."
Cambridge, the tall young lady, Liz
Yeah,
Cambridge,
yeah,
Cambridge or something like that. Yeah,
right. And then she went to.
She don't play anymore?
No, she don't play in the WNBA no more.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Because she thought she was going to have like more of an influence, like on social media. She even, I think one time she was doing like talking about like doing OnlyFans, right?
Yep, modeling and all that. She was social media and up
stuff like that. And so, you know, like that like people not like, she don't draw people like that. You know what I mean? I don't know, but it don't seem like she like fell off the mat.
She did.
Yeah,
she fell off. Don't nobody talk about her no more. But when she was in the WNBA, you know, it was chatter with her. And you know, when you do stuff like that, you take the risk.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Cardosa got more upside for her. I think Cardosa is more efficient. I think Cardosa is the big they should play through. And I think Angel should clean up the boards at this stage, you know, of it. But she really need to work on that post presence, in my opinion.
Yeah, and so somebody just said something about Cardosa and somebody, they did just say that they rock with Cardosa and Carter on the Sky, right?
Yeah. Wow.
The thing about Kennedy Carter though is like she get kind of emotional sometimes. Yeah, she get kind of emotional. But I agree with you. I think Camilla, you know, I think they should run it through her, and then you know, and then like you said, Angel Reese probably do like the cleanup and stuff over there, or the rebounds and stuff like that.
She getting double. She'll get 18 points, but on 8 or 10 shooting, 8-12 shooting, so many free throws. It's not 4 for 18. You know, it's not.
Yeah.
The last game wasn't too bad with Reese. She shot 6 for 16. But if you look at Cardosa, when you're big, you should have the highest field goal percentage in the game.
Yeah.
You know,
you're right there. But like I said, Cardosa is taller, so she's not gonna get as much resistance. Plus, I like the way Cardosa, she uses her body in that low post.
She uses her body.
She, you know what I mean? Like she's a real. Angel Reese is almost like caught in between, like the guard and she caught in between a guard and a low post player.
If I'm not mistaken, she played guard, didn't she? Yeah. No, you just said
guard when she was coming up, so she's not really adept at like using her body in the low post. So you know, but I like Camilla because, like I said, she used her body and she's more efficient in that low post.
Yeah, but do you think she'd be able to handle that situation though? Because you know she got an attitude on her.
Accepting that
she has an attitude on her.
Accepting the role.
And somebody say like, "Look, we're not going to use you the way we used you in year one. The offense is going to go inside out, and we're going to go big girl." Can Angel Reese handle that situation and being that person?
Well, if
I can listen. I can literally, if Angel Reese doesn't pick her game up next year, I can literally see Indiana trading her for some shoes.
Yeah,
I can see them trading her.
If she's the competitor, like she comes off to be, she should take that as a challenge. And you know what I mean? And work on her game to get better. You know what I'm saying? Where they gotta use her down there.
Yeah, but I've seen Angel Reese in some games where she catches an attitude with her teammates and totally shuts down.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's why this off season will be so critical for her in the Sky, because this off season is going to give her time to rest. It's going to let the Sky figure out where her head is at mentally to be their number one go-to or their extra player that's really valuable in a trade.
So look,
and that's
so
what
you speak about rest though. Imagine what's going to happen when Caitlin Clark is.
But see, the Scott can't worry about Caitlin Clark.
No,
Caitlin Clark has already discovered who she was. I mean, who she is.
The rest of the league, you talking about young women who played. You know what I mean? They still playing from last season. From last what basketball season started like I don't know, like October college start.
They haven't gotten a rest. When they got drafted, 3 weeks later, they played game 1.
Exactly.
They haven't gotten a rest. But I'm gonna tell you one thing: what's gonna happen? Even if they go to the playoffs and she gets nominated for MVP, she's going to win rookie. But if she gets even nominated for MVP, get them jerseys out. You're going to see her jerseys in Foot Lockers. You're going to see her jersey in DTLRs. You're going to see that first woman's real multimedia push on apparel and accessories everywhere.
Yeah, I think,
and that's what the WNBA needs.
Somebody in the comments just made that like they get ready to start getting paid. These young ladies get ready to start getting paid.
Yeah.
So Clayton spoke to a TV deal. Didn't you say they had a TV deal, Clayton? That's starts right there. Once they get that TV deal, that starts. That's right there.
Yeah, that's what's
up.
It's a great deal for the players because now they're going to make some real money. The bad part is going to come in for the franchises because now the NBA is going to start giving them less money. So now they're going to start tightening their pockets.
Yeah. Possible.
So it's that other side of the coin.
But check this out though. Check this out though, man. That media rights deal is huge. And remember, as of now, it's only 12 teams, and you might have 13. So that's a whole lot of money to go around for them franchise. The NBA won't have to subsidize them.
Yeah.
And they may not suffer. And they may not suffer.
And that's where, but I'm saying, I'm not saying the WNBA. I'm saying the NBA. You know, the NBA has been, financed by the. I mean, the WNBA has been financed by the NBA. Now, with all this revenue coming through now, it's from the NBA might say, look, you guys can stand on your own now. Now you got your average player making $500,000 now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So that may change.
I'm just saying, but it's only 12 teams or 13 teams to divide that rights deal. That's a lot of money they threw their way. They got billions.
But now the players see it. So now the players
I understand that. I'm just saying the NBA taking their money away, it might not hurt them because they getting so much from this deal. And it's only 13 teams that did
right. No. I know that. I'm not saying that they're going to get hurt by it. Actually, it's going to help them. The only thing that the only thing that I'm saying is it's going to make the WNBA now figure out how to finance their league.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Go to sponsors and be like, I got 3 superstars. I need to see their jerseys up everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's going to do to the WNBA. Make that front office now do what they need to do.
I think the sponsors are already lining up, though.
Right, they're already there.
Exactly. But but the problem is now they could be lining up, but if your management team and the front office of the WNBA is not ready for it, you can get a lot of bad deals coming out the situation and a lot of bad situation. You know, the WNBA has to be ready for it because they have been a league that has not made money since they started.
Yeah.
Now you have the opportunity to move your league forward to be legitimately as good of a league as the top 4 things that's going on right now. That's a big jump for management team.
Even if they stumble and out the gate doing it, the NBA still is their safety net though. They still not gonna let fail like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So let me say this. So all right. So what's this? Tyron 122 said, and he make a great point. They'll never stand on its own because the NBA owns 60% of the league. So that's like even a non-issue. You know what I mean?
Say less. Yep. Say less. Right there. As long as I got ownership in it, right? Say less. Yep.
But see, that's the point I'm trying to make. The NBA has 60%, so they can say when they want to pull the plug or not. The WNBA does not have that how can I say it? Does not have that responsibility, that right, because they know the WNBA. If WNBA come tomorrow and vote to pull the plug, they pulling the plug.
But
The
you're not
WNBA
going to
needs
do
to be
that because now.
they need to be a standalone league, okay, where their decisions coming from them and not anybody outside of their league.
But you're not going to pull the plug though, man, because now this like saying you have two successful businesses. So why you not
No.
going to
Let
shut
me
one
tell
down?
you, this is business. So you may be successful today and be a dud tomorrow.
Now that could be true.
This is business. Okay, you could be successful 10 years, and in that 1 year you lose $3 billion, and they like, yo, it's a loss. What I'm saying to you is the WNBA need to go the same rate that they have the ability now to do what every league does. Stand on your own, stand up and say, I got superstars, I got major teams. I want to expand sooner or later, put a 5-year plan out there to make their leagues better, to make that league better, and don't depend on the NBA no more.
But what I'm saying is if the NBA got a vested interest of more than half, the NBA have to be willing to say, all right, we're going to back off. Now the NBA saying you never made money. We never made money financing y'all. Now we want a return on our investment now.
Absolutely.
So we're not going nowhere. We're not going to pull a plug and let y'all stand alone because it's time for us to return.
Oh no, but you also, that's what I'm saying. That's the risk you take, because they can also say like, we're losing too much money now. We've seen the top of your pyramid, and we don't think we can make any money, and they can pull the plug.
Well, also you have more investors, not just in WNBA. Every television network that's invested in them, the media rights, they have to get a return on their money. So they have partners that's going to push the league to thrive.
Yeah,
They're not in it alone. They're not in it alone.
That's everybody. Everybody,
Yes.
when you do a business,
Yes.
when you start to lose money, and the WNBA has been losing money, eventually somebody sits down and be like, we cannot invest in this any longer. Okay.
The tide is changing now.
Yeah, but because they was never turning a profit of making money, nobody was investing. Now they are. Everybody's putting their money in.
No, that's untrue. That's untrue.
Okay.
When they were losing money, that's when people were investing in them.
No, the NBA was subsidizing them.
Right.
They didn't have this media. They didn't have this media deal that they got now.
Yeah, they had a television deal and things like that.
But yeah, that's not what I'm talking. Listen, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, when they were losing money, they were getting subsidized. That means they were not making a dime. That means everybody was paying the salaries. Everybody was paying for the arenas. Everybody but the WNBA. Okay. Now, with this money coming in, the WNBA has the ability now to pay their own bills. Okay. But as an investor, just because you have the money today, that don't mean you may have the money tomorrow.
Well, they got a contract. They got a media deal contract for so many years.
Right, but let me ask you a question. Because they have the deal, does that mean they know how to spend the money?
Well, I mean, but I'm just saying that it's other people that have to make a profit, so they won't be pushing the league forward on their own. That's all I'm saying.
And so let me say
it's been like that for the last 25 years. Everybody invested in them thinking they was gonna make a profit.
Let me say this, man, because Jim from up north make a good point, right? Because he said like the league need to because they're hyping their future, they need to have other pillars in the NBA and the WNBA that's going to attract eyes besides Caitlin Clark. And so I think like with the young lady with who is it? Paige coming in next year from
the next wave coming. Yeah, the next wave coming.
Then after that, a couple years after that, then you're gonna have the young lady Juju. You know, she's coming in. So I mean, I think that the by them bringing in like new, you know, every year they bring in the league is just coming in with new talent and stuff like that. I think I think they're gonna probably be they're gonna be good.
And they're gonna be good. And I think they're gonna start trying to build more rivals like they did with the Angel Reese thing and CC. You know what I mean? When Juju come in, whoever, you know, how the right gonna be, they're gonna try to build rivalries in that aspect as well.
Right, but let me ask you a question just to be the devil's advocate. Hasn't the league had new blood come in every year?
All right. So the difference. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Clay.
No, you go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, Mike.
So I think the difference now is like the fan base that's following these young ladies in. So you seen a fan base that came in with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, right? And so now that these young ladies, you got, like I said, you got Paige. These young ladies are building their fan bases before they come to the league.
Right.
And so if they build a rivalry in college, like if USC and UConn have a rivalry, you know, now you got two more fan bases that's coming to the league.
Right.
So, you know what I mean?
But what I'm saying to you, it's always been that. It's always been like that.
It wasn't always this amount of, like what Caitlin brought. Even though it's been great players, they've never had this kind of attraction to them. Never.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Difference. That's the difference.
So there's another Caitlin Clark coming next year.
It don't have to be. It don't have to be.
Right. It don't have to be another Caitlin Clark.
It doesn't have to be.
So how does the WNBA build? How does they build on what their momentum is?
Because Caitlin Clark fans aren't going anywhere. They are fanatics for this girl. And now Paige Beckner got a crowd that's coming to add to what's there. You don't have to. That's all.
You're going in and out, Clayton.
I hear me.
Yeah, you
hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now. So you basically said like what everybody else saying.
So that's all I'm saying. Yeah,
these young ladies, everybody's just bringing their own fan base, and I think like the women in college is doing something like the men in college is not even doing, because we don't even like when we watch men's college basketball, we don't follow those guys like we used to. Remember, we used to follow a guy. You know, we used to get the magazines and we used to see like North Carolina guy Kenny Smith coming in. You know what I mean? From what school he came from in New York, Tom?
The same one Kenny A went to.
So we knew.
Yeah,
we knew when them dudes was coming from New York. We knew when them dudes was coming from Philly. We knew dudes was coming from LA, and we followed them the whole 4 years that they was in college. So now like college girls are doing that. We following these young ladies like Juju Smith. She came in as a freshman. We following her. Paige Beckner. We was following Paige Beckner. Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese. So they doing what men's basketball. You know what I mean? They stopped doing that. But that is to me that's like you building up momentum. It's like a snowball effect.
Right. And Paige Becker gonna wind up in LA with them Sparks. And I'm telling you, with that girl Jackson, and that's another thing too, man. Jackson needs to get some. Cameron Brink hurt, right? But I'm just saying, that's gonna be a little star-studded thing going on. And Jackson need love. I love that girl's game, Jackson. I would put her more challenging. She should have been second in terms of the rookies, in my opinion. Not Angel, but I like that girl. But so they fine, man. They fine. And watch when Juju, by the time Juju hit the league, she got 3 more years. Oh my God. Yeah. By that time, Caitlin's gonna already been played in the WNBA championship game at some point. By 3 years, I guarantee you, the fan gonna be crazy. All of Angel Wilson still gonna be who she is. All these fans watching. See, these people are watching and they starting to latch on to other players. So they're not going nowhere, man. They fine, man. I think they fine.
So before we switch gears, right? What y'all think about like how y'all think Cleveland Indiana gonna make out in the playoffs?
Yeah, I don't know. It just depends on the matchup. If they draw Connecticut, they're gonna get out of that first round. To be honest with you, I think Indiana can get the Liberty or the Connecticut. I
think they can.
They can't mess with Minnesota.
I think Indiana can get. I think they can get the Liberty.
Connecticut.
You think Connecticut?
They just got with Connecticut.
I think that defense that they bring to the table, I think it's going to wear on them like in a series.
Did you see the last time they played Connecticut recently?
Yeah,
Last week,
I seen them.
they can get with Connecticut.
I think that
Because
defense.
this what you got to remember, Mike. Each game they gaining more and more confidence. Even though they just fell to Minnesota. Minnesota, I told you that's my team. I think gonna win it all. But I'm telling you, by the time they get to the postseason, Indiana gonna be even better.
Yeah. So listen, let me ask you a quick question. In the playoffs, right? Yeah. 2 out of 3, 3 out of 5.
I don't know that format yet.
Okay.
But the format, I think it's a 5-game series.
So 3 out of 5 then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But look, all right, I want to push back on one thing. Jim from the North said that let me see, Taurasi was hype and so was Bird, but this feels different now.
Yes.
Now, no, Taurasi wasn't hype. I like Taurasi and I like Sue Bird, man.
Sue Bird was nice. Sue Bird was nice. Yeah, Sue Bird was nice.
This is different. But I like Taurasi, man. I've been, man. I dig Taurasi.
Yeah,
she can play. She can play.
Oh, ain't no.
But I understand what he's saying though. It's like they was hype, but it's different. Just like Parker was hype. Just like Brittany Griner was coming in. It's different.
Tell me how. Tell me how it's different.
It's different because of the way this girl play. Like this girl, the way she shoot, the way she plays, she's a risk taker. You understand? She plays the right way, but she also colors outside of the lines. People love that. You know what I'm saying? Where Sue Bird, Taurasi, all of them, they were fundamentally sound. They played within the structure of the game. They were stars, but they was less risk takers. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. And let me say this too, and the reason I think Clinton is right is because the WNBA hyped those two ladies. Your girl already came in with the hype. Okay. Yes. She brought the hype with her. The WNBA ain't had to say not one word about her. When she was in college, she was the most popular female basketball player, pro and college. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knew who she was. So the WNBA did not have to hype her at all.
They didn't hype her. She already had.
They jumped on the bandwagon, though.
Right. They got on the bandwagon and riding that shit till the wheels fall off.
Supposed to. Right. That's good business. That's good business. Right. Yep. That's good business.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, man. So all right. We're gonna switch gears and we're gonna talk about some football, man. These Ravens, man. Who they lose to?
Kansas
City, man. I don't know. Clay, what you got to say about the Ravens, man? I know.
No, I want to hear the Ravens fans. I want to hear the Ravens because everybody's making that game. This is my only pushback on the narrative, right? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
This is my only pushback on the narrative, right? It's like the Toad thing. The game was close. The game was close. And I know Isaiah likely made a statement that if this is the best they got, and this, that, and the other. What people don't understand is how many opportunities Kansas City lost. They had a touchdown drop by Juju. They had Pacheco drop one out in the flat wide open. They had Kelsey drop something going in the red zone. I just think that the Baltimore fans, the narrative, and I'm going to say this about my man Lamar. Lamar Jackson is phenomenal, but something's going on mentally where the narrative is in his head. He said a statement to the Washington Post that if I felt like this last year, we would have won. We wouldn't even have had to throw the ball. Fuck throwing the ball. That right there tells me that this kid, right, is listening to the noise. 1 minute, I'm going to try to win from the pocket. Next minute, I'm going to try to run. That game, they had nothing on schedule. Everything was Lamar looking at his first read. It wasn't there. I'm taking off running. He was hell-bent on thinking that he could run around and win the game. Now, he made plays like that. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But at some point, you got to have things on schedule. In the Derrick Henry situation, Derrick Henry is a downhill runner. First, I think he's a little slow. He's a downhill runner. You do not want Derrick Henry in a shotgun getting handoffs.
No.
He's moving laterally. So the question going to become, can they even mesh together? Because Lamar is a shotgun quarterback, you know? So I just think that's a little misleading. The game really wasn't as close as the final score, in my opinion.
I agree.
I don't like the legal procedure calls, but you guys know every year it's a new rule being implemented, and they take that first game to emphasize that rule to establish it. So I understand it. I wasn't a fan of it, but my thing is it stays true. Lamar is inconsistent because his gift is his curse when it comes to throwing the ball accurate.
Yeah.
Well, I don't mind, them emphasizes certain calls, and you're right. Normally, the first game of the season, that's what they do. Just do it both sides. You know what I mean? Just do it on both sides. You know what I'm saying? What's the name was moving early a lot, man. That offensive lineman for Kansas City, he never called, no false starts, anything like that. Lamar, man, I'm a big Lamar fan. The Ravens not my team. I'm a big Lamar fan, but you're right though. He's at his best when he's running around trying to make things happen outside of the pocket. Like you say, nothing is 1, 2, 3 ball out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ball out. It's not that. That's not what you get from him. Even though he's a hell of a playmaker and things like that. And he missed the guy in the end zone where he said he wasn't even throwing it to Zay. But I was saying, why you ain't see him? You know what I'm saying? Like that. You say he didn't see him until he let the ball go, but he was that wide open. You should have saw him. You know what I'm saying? So, man, and that guy likely saying, man, if this is the best y'all got for the playoff, that's ridiculous, man. I mean,
it's ridiculous because that wasn't the best. That's all I'm saying.
Ridiculous, man. You know what I mean? But Jim just saying it after the first game of the season, oh, man, if this y'all best, man, good luck in the playoffs. Come on, man. You know what I mean?
Come on, man.
Hey,
I'm going to go back months ago, Mike, and I think the guy, Jim from up north, we both said this because I said, how does Buffalo trade away Stephon Diggs and then give Kansas City their first pick and they get Worthy? Now y'all see what we talking about.
Yeah.
This dude you're going to give Patrick Mahomes, they was bad last year. Now you giving him all this speed. Travis Kelce ain't even going to have to worry about getting double teamed no more.
Yeah.
Well, let's remember this. KC really wasn't all that last year. KC wasn't all that last year, right? So they physically got better because of their situation. They just got hot in the playoffs and ran the tables on everybody. Right, but the Ravens itself, and I'm going to say this with the Ravens, the cockiness is going to show later on down the line. The Ravens stay cocky, all right? And in that aspect, you want to, like their defense, we fast, we hitters, we this and we that. You look at that Kansas City game, all that speed and that hitting, you missing tackles.
Yes.
You missing tackles.
Yes.
The first touchdown Kansas City did, you could actually see Humphreys go to hit somebody instead of tackling the dude with the ball. The Ravens got to be, they got to come back to the fact and say, look, regardless of what we got on paper, we may not be the best team in the AFC. All right? And they need to start to play like they hungry. And they not the top of the mountain. That statement by Likely is saying we are the top of the mountain. And if this is the best you got, we're going to run it all. Well, that's not the best KC got because it's week 1.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody gets better as the season goes on. Nobody plays their top ball at week 1. You play your top ball in the last 4 weeks to get to the playoffs, then you run the tables. So the Ravens.
Go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, no,
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah. The Ravens, they have a great team. They look good on paper, but that attitude they gotta do something with it. Either you play with the attitude of the 2000 Ravens, okay, where you stop everything that comes through the board, and it doesn't matter what the offense do because they're not scoring, or you dial it back a little bit, be like, yo, maybe we do need to give Henry a fullback. and put Lamar under center sometimes.
I thought they would play more under center anyway. You know what I mean? Because
That's
that's not
when you go get him.
But that's not who Lamar is.
Right.
So now
Lamar
you got to
can't play under
decide
center.
what you're going to be.
Right. Because he's not at his best under center.
Right.
That's right.
His best under center.
And the problem is, Derrick Henry don't do standoff handoffs. Like you said, like he got to have a speed coming through first.
He got to
get
have
that
it
ball
coming
and go
toward the
through.
line. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to say that.
A few times this, you know what I mean? Sometime this year, he's going to have to go under center.
Well, yeah, he does. He is. But I'm just saying it's not going to be the bulk of it. And I'm just saying a quarterback's job, and you can see with Patrick, he moves around to get the ball in his playmakers' hands and let them go. Lamar and them don't have too much on. With him running around making plays happen, people are going to lack touches. You ain't going to get Rashad in the game like he want to be. You ain't going to get Zay. You ain't going to really take full advantage of Zay Flowers. You'll get some broken plays, but you got to be able to take advantage of Zay Flowers' speed. You got to be able to stretch that field. The front play they tried, the referee called pass in the first, but that was a horrible throw. He tried to come back for it. The Kansas City guy dragged him down. These are the things. You got these weapons. You're not taking advantage of them because you don't have nothing on schedule. And I think Lamar came in and he's been back to this idea. He believes that he can run and make the things happen and win. It's almost like he's giving up on throwing. Like, okay, I'm never going to be as accurate as I need to be, but I can win with my legs. So fuck throwing. I'm not saying that's his mentality, but that's how it's coming off. It's almost like he's surrendering to that idea. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, and
I think his year's in by now. I think his year's in by now. He should be more accurate with the ball. The years he had in the NFL up to now, even with the two MVPs, the guy's dynamic. You know what I'm saying? The guy's dynamic.
Dynamic. Yeah, ain't no denying that.
Man, but I think he should be more accurate than what he is. Not that I'm saying he can't hit this broadside of a barn. I'm not saying that. But I think he's more accurate than what he is. That's that's my take on that.
I'm gonna say this.
I really think that it's the Ravens are not putting the right people in the right positions for him. Okay, when you pick up Derrick Henry, you should have understood how Derrick Henry's game was, and either customize Lamar to that game and move on. But it seems like they're trying to make Derrick Henry customize the Lamar game,
right?
And that's not going to work. I think Derrick Henry,
you got
give it another 4 to 5 weeks. Derrick Henry is going to be short yards running back, and somebody else is going to be coming in there on first, second, and third down.
They will have some games where both of them run over 100 yards and run over a team because it won't take as many carries for Derrick Henry to do it. Like say the Raiders they play next week, they might run roughshod over them, and everybody think, oh, it's working. But that's not going to be the case when you really go against somebody that knows how to scheme you up. Yeah.
So it pretty much looked like Kansas City. They picking up where they left off last year. Even might be a little bit better, right? As far as like their receiving core. Y'all agree with that? So now, what did y'all think about? I like Green Bay. I like that quarterback for the Packers. He looked good.
He got hurt.
He got hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt late in the game. There was a few seconds left or something. He didn't play the last third. Yeah. But I'm going to tell you what a major pickup was. Philly getting Saquon.
Yep.
Oh,
that's serious.
Yeah.
But hey,
that's serious.
The best pickup of the year.
Yes.
Saquon is a game changer.
Saquon is Philly. Game changer.
That's gonna work wonders for Jalen Hurts' career too. Because now he, you know what I mean. You're not asking Hurts to do as much because you got Saquon. Saquon, man, he was just running all over people yesterday. I mean,
and he also opens things up in the passing game too.
No doubt.
With Brown and our boy Smith, he goes out and routes. He caught an 18-yard touchdown pass in the end zone. Going out in the pass route. I mean, he does so much. He's so explosive, man. Yeah.
He's going to have that Christian McCarthy effect on the 49ers. That's what he's
one of the subscribers, Jim from up north, say, how did Giants let that happen? They let it happen because they silly as shit. That's how they let it happen.
They wanted to be. That was ridiculous when they signed Daniel Jones over him. Everybody knew that everything was going through Saquon. And this whole idea that running backs are a dime a dozen, that's bullshit.
And
most of them are
getting fired up there. That coach gonna wind up.
Yeah.
He gonna wind up getting fired because of that.
Running backs aren't a dime a dozen. Sometimes you got running backs that are special.
Oh yeah.
And your team and your team should revolve around that.
Listen,
all of them ain't cut the same.
Right. The NFL is devaluing running backs so much right now.
Yeah.
And teams like the San Francisco 49ers and Philly understand what that running back role is.
Yes.
And they're going to pay, and these running backs are going to get paid. All right.
Yep.
They're going to start creeping back up the mountain again because teams ain't going to want to pay wide receivers $60 million a year, and you only catching what 3-4 passes a game. Where the running backs, if you got a good running back, not only they catching, but they running from scrimmage.
Yeah. And they touching it 20 times at least.
Right. So I'd rather pay, if I'm an NFL owner, I'd rather pay a high-paid player that touches the ball 20 times than a high-paid player that touches the ball 7 times.
I'm going to take your words, though, man. I'm going to take your words. I'm going to play devil's advocate in that, right? Because the owners look at it, I don't want to put all my money into a running back who touches the ball 20, 25 times a game because that's 5-10 more times likely he is to get injured. As the season goes on, and he's in year 2, year 3 of that contract, he got a lot of miles and a lot of hits on him. He took a lot of punishment. So that's how they push back against that back position and paying those guys, man. And I don't think it's right, but that's what they use to push back. I could get another guy coming in, 3rd round pick to come in and get his touches or whatever, and then move on instead of being tied down. My man Todd Gurley signed it. That's when it started, really. If y'all remember,
Todd Gurley, the Rams, yes.
And that dude.
And then he started having knee trouble. Yeah.
Sean McVay said that. Sean McVay, like, man, we give him all that money. I could have paid a guy, 4th round back to get, the same production. But like you say, Todd Gurley was exceptional. So you can't get that from just anybody, but that's always the counter.
But they went to the Super Bowl with Todd Gurley, right?
They won the Super Bowl.
Right. So I mean, like he didn't demand it. That was market. You know what I'm saying? After they finished paying Elliott all that money, that was market. You know what I'm saying? It's just the fact that, you're right about, the punishment that you may take being a running back and everything. But if you don't have a good running back, that's not even saying elite. If you don't have a good running back, your offense is suffering because then they don't have to put 8 in the box.
You want
the whole key with a running back is to put 8 in the box. So when they go to pass, they can't sit in nickel all day. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing. If like with Derrick Henry, KC couldn't afford to put nickel backs out there because Derrick Henry will run them over.
Not him and Lamar, you can't.
Right. You can't do that. You got to put them big boys up there. And that's what they did. It's all about adjustment games. Green Bay had no clue what Saquon was going to bring to Philly. And they found out the hard way.
3 touchdowns.
The Saquon Barkley is the truth. He's the same Saquon Barkley that they got drafted in New York, and New York did not know how to use him. And what did that do? That will open up everything for what you call. Now, yes, Brown is going to go off. Hey, Brown may be the leading receiver of the league by the end of the year.
Oh, Brown?
Yep. Because of what Saquon's bringing to Philly.
AJ Brown?
Yeah. I think he's going to be, he might be the leading receiver.
I like him.
Let me ask y'all a question real quick. Did Chase get his deal yet? Today's Sunday. Jamar Chase.
No, I haven't heard.
I haven't heard about the Jamar Chase getting it, but I thought he had already had his deal, I think.
No.
He got it like Friday or something like that.
No.
But I haven't heard anything.
No.
Hey, Tyreek Hill got locked up this morning.
Did he?
Yep. Reckless driving. but they just released him.
And that's my upset pick of the week. Jaguars over them.
Yeah, they just released him.
Yep. Yep.
They released who? Tyreek?
Yeah, he got picked up this morning. I guess he was at the club or something. Just released him.
What? Oh, released from jail.
Yeah, released from jail.
Yeah.
I thought you said
Mike thought he killed.
yeah, I was crazy. What did he do?
No. They just released him from jail this morning.
Yeah, I was like, he must have assassinated somebody or something. God, he's like, no, we ain't gonna have this.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought even though Green Bay lost, I like that quarterback. So how serious is this injury though?
They say 3 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, 3-6.
The only thing I don't like about, man, that's the only thing I don't like about this. But man, I don't think that like to your point earlier when you talk about like running or when y'all was talking about like trying to the amount of plays that a running back take. If you got a dynamic running back, man, you can't think about that. You just gotta run them.
Yep.
But what's the use of having a dynamic running back and only running them 7 times? You're like, well, we only gonna give them the ball 7 times. And see the thing about that, if you got a receiver, right? If you got a dynamic receiver, but you don't have a quarterback that can get them the ball, it really don't, you know what I mean? But you can hand the running back the ball.
Yeah.
But how do you get a dynamic wide receiver the ball if you don't have that the right quarterback with him?
No, Mike, you're absolutely right.
Prime example. Look at your boy Devontae Adams over at the Raiders. Devontae Adams, he ain't been shit since he went to the Raiders.
But no, Mike, going back to your point, that's the point. It's like it's almost like a double. You want to hand it off to the running back, you know what I'm saying? Because you say, you know what I mean, he is a special player. But after 2 or 3 years, he's like, all right, man, it's time to get paid. They're going to go back and say, well, man, you had 300 carries this year. You had 300 some touches this year. Man, we don't think you got much tread left on the tire. You know what I mean? So that's when they use that against him to not pay him and not give him that big contract that he deserved. You know what I'm saying?
And you're right, because you know where that took place at? In Carolina with McCaffrey. That's exactly what happened to McCaffrey. And that's why Carolina traded McCaffrey to 49ers. And 3 years later, look what's happening. McCaffrey is probably the most dynamic player in the NFL right now.
But what San Francisco did? What did San Francisco? What did San Francisco do?
They paid
him.
Paid his ass. Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. What the Carolina didn't do, they didn't pay him because of what he said.
We got too much spend. We don't trust. They ain't trying to go nowhere. That's the difference between those two organizations, right?
There you go.
Carolina ain't trying to go nowhere, and so San Fran he produced San Fran, and they rewarded his production. And so, like when you get management teams who do that, they reward that production. It seems to work out better for them.
Well, no. You got to remember, San Fran got him to sign a trade.
But they also gave him a new contract. But they also gave him a new contract. They gave him a new contract.
Bottom line is he got paid. You know what I mean? Bottom line is they paid him. Yeah. Bottom line, they paid him.
Yeah. So, all right. So now, do the Steelers play today, Tom?
Yeah, they play Atlanta. They play Atlanta.
And Russell Wilson's not playing.
Not playing.
I'm not surprised
gets a start.
He's not playing.
So he ruled out today. Yeah. He ruled out.
I don't think Russell want to play. I really don't.
I think he want to be. I think he want to hold that clipboard, Tom. I don't
think he want to play. I don't think he want to play.
He might, you know what I mean? He got a lot of miles on him and things. He got that guaranteed money from Denver.
He get it from Denver. Yep.
He got that guaranteed money from Denver. Yep. And he's like, he might not want to risk it. You know what I mean? He might not want to risk it, man.
And I'm not even sure if the team has rallied around him. So this could be also strategic in a sense, because sometimes they'll hold a person out. To the public, it'd be an injury, but what's really going on is in honor of your name and stuff. I'm not gonna make it appear this way. I'm gonna make it appear that way. And with the young guy. Yeah.
If Joe Flacco still has a job in the NFL, Russell Wilson can still have a job in the NFL.
Yeah, I just don't think Russell want to play. I'm not saying he can't have one.
And two,
I just don't think it's hard in it.
I think Russell Wilson has never been the kind of quarterback that like ingratiates himself to his team and his teammates. So I'm not surprised that it seemed like he might want to be on the sideline holding the holding that clipboard because he's not. You know, he didn't want to be part of the team when he was in Seattle. He separated himself from his teammates when he was when he first got to Denver.
He did.
Know, so,
he did.
So I can see him wanting to be part of management anyway. He had his office upstairs. You know, everybody else in the locker room, he got an office upstairs.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Man, you know.
So who does what's the name play today? Who does who Dallas play today?
We play Cleveland.
Right.
I like. I'm looking forward to that game.
Right.
What that say, Mike?
So Jim from up north says the Steelers and the Chiefs are the only two teams with no losing records in the last 10 seasons. Will this be a losing year for the Steelers? I think the Steelers because they play strong defense and they run. I think the Steelers, I think they're gonna have another winning season. To be honest,
if the Steelers was 10-7 last year, with basically me being the quarterback, you know what I'm saying? Basically with me quarterback, and but long as Coach T there, man, that's my squad anyway. But long as Coach T there, man, I got confidence in them guys, man. I got confidence in them guys. So,
and I think
winning season. I think they have another winning season.
And I think they're going to use Justin Fields' legs because Steelers are run, play D.
Right. Yep.
So now and I think Mike Tomlin might even want to switch. In terms, I don't want to publicly embarrass you, so let's do it this way. But I think he'd rather just play old school football. Let Justin make his throws here and there, but use his legs. You got TJ Watt, you got that defense, and you got that other kid. Not Najee Harris, the other kid.
We was talking about him before. But see, I think that's another thing you speak to, Clayton, whereas though coming in when they first got Russell Wilson, Coach T was like, he the starter. You know what I'm saying? So Russ didn't do something during the whole training camp.
Separated.
Right. You know what I'm saying? He didn't do something.
And I also think
but you gotta also remember though, he's been hurt through training camp though.
Yeah.
But I think that I even think that's kind of not real. I just think Mike Tomlin is a player's coach as well as a disciplinarian, but he's a player's coach. He understands the psyche. He understands. I just think that whole thing was for public because out of honoring Russell, another black guy, whatever, honoring him. But I think deep down, it was never the case.
Coach T ain't gonna put nobody under the bus. You know what I mean?
That's what I mean. Yep.
Hey, Tom, say that again because I couldn't hear you.
No, I'm saying, Coach T, he's not gonna throw nobody under the bus.
Okay.
Especially a guy as classy and respectful as Russell Wilson. You know what I mean? He went, like you say, at the end of his career, I don't know how old Russ is. I think he's 34, 35 or something.
He's 34.
Yeah.
Okay. So he at the end of his career, and I don't think Coach T would do that. I don't think Coach T.
I can't do that to him. So, of course, I'm going to honor him. He's the starter because you can always have a conversation with Justin Fields behind closed doors. You can have a conversation, but publicly, this is what we're going to put out and present,
That's right.
Yeah.
I ain't got no problem with that, though. I ain't got no problem with that.
I don't either. Yeah.
I want to ask if Jim from up north is still on here. I want to ask him what do you think his Vikings going to do this year? If Jim, what's up, Jim? What you think the Vikings going to do this season? They let I don't even know who quarterbacking for the Vikings this year because the dude gone. What's the guy name from
J.J. McCarthy got hurt
from Michigan?
Yeah, he got hurt.
And I thought, and that was going to be my sleeper for Rookie of the Year.
Really?
Because I thought he was going to get some. I thought he was going to get some burn. But with Sam Darnold there, they've been hyping Sam Darnold forever, and I'm waiting to see it. So. But when you got Justin Jefferson, I think he can make any quarterback look halfway decent.
I don't know. I always dig Sam Darnold though. I thought when Sam Darnold, I just thought he was with teams that wasn't good though. You know what I mean?
That's true because I think Carolina drafted him out of USC, but I never was big on him even when he was in college.
I'm waiting to see it. Yeah, I'm waiting to see it. Yeah.
So yeah. So Jim said that he think that the Vikings gonna be 10-7 this season. That ain't bad.
I can see them winning. I can see them winning 9, 10 games.
Yeah.
You got Justin Jefferson. You got a quarterback that's able, and they were solid last year, right?
Yeah, they were solid.
Yeah, they were solid.
Yeah,
They were solid.
But
Man,
then
it's possible.
Detroit over there, they the favorites. Some people even picking
Detroit.
Chicago to win that division.
Ooh,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Some people picking Chicago to win that. You know, I want to
I
see
mean,
yeah.
Detroit won the division last year.
Right.
So I give it to Detroit. I mean,
Right. But
yeah.
a lot of people picking a lot of people picking Detroit, some people picking Chicago.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I like Detroit though.
Yeah, me too.
Chicago, see,
What division the Packers in?
Huh?
The
What
same
division are the Packers in?
The same division.
Same division.
Man, I saw some people pick the Packers to go to the Super Bowl.
Right. Hey. If Jordan Love come back and he back on his game and he ain't out long and stuff, man, I wouldn't bet against him. Plus, they got the boy Jacobs, the running back that was with
Yeah,
him.
the running back. Yeah, he
He with them now. He with them now.
Yeah, he a problem. Yeah, he a problem.
He nice, man. He nice, man. That's another running back that's undervalued. You know what I mean? The Raiders let him go. Another running back that's undervalued. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, right.
Hey man, what's the latest with your Cowboys though? You saying that they signed Dak getting paid?
Yep, they signed Dak. I mean, so
what's the numbers? What's the numbers? What they get?
He thought Dak is now the highest paid player in NFL history.
Yeah,
and he has $1 million guaranteed less than Deshaun Watson does.
Wow.
So he got paid.
Yeah.
So what is per year? Is it? Did he hit 60 per year? Did he get to 60 per year?
I didn't get all the details on what the details were. I just know that he's the highest paid NFL player now.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I think they had it set up like that all along.
See,
they just what I mean, it gets done the day they start the first game.
See, but that's why I look at Jerry Jones. You know what I mean? Because he's a great businessman, right? But he could have got this deal done a year ago for less money. You know what I'm saying? He could have got this deal done a year ago for less money. I don't get him, man. I don't get him.
Good, but
let me say this though. If he'd have done his deals last year for less money, you know what we'd be talking about the Cowboys right now about how they got their asses beat by Green Bay.
Yep.
That narrative, Jerry Jones does not want that narrative. Every year, the narrative comes out, the Cowboys should either win the Super Bowl, they're this and they're that. This year, the whole narrative is about they got all-stars that he ain't paid. The key is still the narrative that was going around in football.
And it keeps everybody talking about Dallas. Everybody say he's a great marketer.
You're right.
Everybody's talking about it.
Right. Hey, CD the same way. He could have got CD money than what he got signed for. Yeah.
It gave Jerry an opportunity to sit down with Stephen A. It gave him an opportunity to do an interview. I've been doing this for a long time. If anybody can get it done, it gave him a chance to market and promote that goddamn brand, man.
There's nowhere in the world you're going to tell me that contract wasn't done weeks ago or days ago. You cannot tell me the announcement of that contract today is not coincidental.
Right. So that's all everybody going to be talking about.
It's marketing. It is marketing. Now, I'm a Cowboys fan, as y'all know, and we're going to do the same shit we do every year. First game of the season, everybody talking about us. The last game of the season, we sucking ass.
Yeah.
That's our Cowboys future. That's what we do.
But I think they're going to get that ass done today, though. They going to the Browns, bruh.
Hey, I wouldn't doubt it.
Cleveland going to get rid of
Zeke with the number one. So I wouldn't doubt it. Zeke with the number one.
That boy Miles Garrett, boy, that's the incredible.
That Miles Garrett ain't nothing to play with, boy.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
No, sir.
Yeah, you're right, Clay. That Miles Garrett, he ain't no warm and fuzzy type dude.
No.
Not at all.
You see what he tried to do to Randolph, man, with that helmet? Your guy, Tony.
I remember.
Hey,
Yeah.
I remember.
That was dangerous. Yeah,
Yeah, I remember.
So look, but what y'all think about? Y'all think Deshaun Watson gonna be able to turn it around though this year?
no,
I hope.
Yeah.
I hope.
I
no,
thought he was turning the corner last year after that Raven game, but he got hurt.
But he got
I thought
hurt.
he was starting
He was
I
playing
thought he
well.
was starting to get his legs
He
under him
was
then.
playing well. You're right. He was
Yeah,
playing
yeah,
well until he
yeah.
got hurt. You're right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was playing well. He was. And
Yeah.
man, but I'm afraid, man, his best days was left down in Houston, man. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I think his best days
Yeah.
was down in
Yeah.
Houston, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And look, man, check this out. His last year in Houston, they ain't had nobody. They took his best wide receiver away. He
Yep.
still led the league in passing yards, man.
Yep.
So he don't have to be that. He got that tight end. Cleveland, to me, got probably the second best, third best tight end in the league. I know Kittle's good. I know Kelsey good stuff. But I think this kid, because he's young, he's strong. That boy in Cleveland, he a beast. Then you got Amari Cooper. Then you got that other guy.
Always
They can run
love
the
Amari
football.
Cooper. Always
Yeah, all
love
they-
Amari Cooper, man.
Yeah, all they need is Deshaun to play solid, protective football. That's it.
Nick Chubb was playing. He out the first 4 games, I think. Nick Chubb.
Yeah, he out again.
Yeah, he's out again.
Yeah.
But see, the thing about Deshaun Watson, I think his expectations and the expectations everybody put on him, it gets to him in his head. You know what I'm saying?
Might be.
By that contract that he signed, he got everybody saying Deshaun needs to throw 4,000 yards and all that. So that's in Deshaun's head. Instead of me throwing a check down where I can get 3-4 yards, I'd rather throw that deep pass and go for the bigger ball. I mean, the bigger game. If he just levels himself up as just, I need to be just a consistent quarterback and fuck what everybody else says, I think he can be in the top 10 quarterbacks, and Cleveland can go a long way.
I mean, that makes sense because that contract probably put a lot of pressure on. He put a lot of pressure on himself once he signed that contract. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Yeah.
And then, but we or the Cleveland fans or the media will say, okay, well, Deshaun is a top 10 quarterback. He's only thrown for 3,000 yards this year, but he's the highest, one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL. How does he equate? Well, if Cleveland's winning, that's what he equates to. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Deshaun understands how to give and take with that type of situations he's in. So, like I said, that's why I don't think Deshaun will ever live up to the expectations of what's going on with him. He just can't. I mean, it's not feasible for him to do that right now, and it's bad for the team.
Yeah.
Well,
because they got all those weapons.
If he
doesn't have to do as much, but he won't realize it.
But if he's got a good head coach, what I'm about to say is the good head coach will make sure or will call the game to where as though they're just asking Deshaun to facilitate. If he do that and they win, all of that stuff will start going away. And he can just relax. He don't have to do that. All he got to do is win.
You're right.
So
That's all he got to do is win.
Do y'all think that the Browns are better than the Bengals? But that's what
That's
Jim from up north want to know.
Defensively, yes. Defensively. But that damn Joe Burrow is a different animal. He ain't phased by shit.
Yeah, as long as he stay on the field. Remember, he got hurt last year. As long as he stay on the field, they got a good chance. When he get hurt, they can't do shit when he get hurt.
They said that Joe Burrows and Lamar Jackson played the same amount of games like throughout their career. So although he has been to a Super Bowl, so although Burrows has been hurt, Lamar has been hurt too, but it's just that like they get hurt at different times, right? So I think that Burrows hasn't been, I don't think has been as hurt as much as people might think he has been. So if
I think last year was his first.
His rookie year got hurt.
His first major injury.
His rookie year got hurt. He came on, he was playing well, and he got hurt. And then the next year they went to the Super Bowl. Next year they went to then he got hurt last year. So Yeah.
Right.
So I never would have thought him and Lamar played the same amount of games.
Wow. Hold on. Speaking of Cincinnati, they said Jamar Chase is hurt and Higgins is hurt too. They don't think neither one of them gonna play.
Oh, that's the contract. That's the contract.
You know that. You know
That's
that.
all that is. That's what you call a hold in.
Yeah.
Guarantee you, they lose today. Those contracts get done.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
But Jamal Chase gotta be careful playing this game because Barrow, he gonna beat Barrow. All you need is somebody to catch it. Might not do the yards after the catch, but he just needs somebody to catch it.
Yeah, see that
If they have some success without him, he gonna lose his leverage.
I think that and Joe Burrows is one of those kind of quarterbacks that make his receivers, you know what I mean? He make them better. So
He's gonna throw it.
yeah, so if if you're a receiver and you're doing your job, then you'll be able to survive with Joe Burrow.
Yeah. He's gonna be yeah, man.
So let me see. We've been on for like 6 hours, Jack.
Yeah, it's 1 o'clock, man, almost.
I'm ready to wind it down. I appreciate everybody who was in the chat participating. Y'all make sure to go to Amazon, check out my man Clayton's book, Trauma, My Love Letter to the World. Clayton, you still getting some traction? That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah. And so yeah, man, I'm gonna go check out some of these games.
Yeah.
So we had some content, something to talk about.
Yeah, man. And if something major happened, Mike, you had to dial us back up, man.
Yeah, right.
Major, you got to dial us back up, man.
No doubt.
Jump up north, boy.
We gotta jump. We gotta jump on, man. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Mike.
Yeah, I was just say, Jim, we appreciate you too, man. Thanks for
yes, sir. Indeed.
No doubt.
Definitely.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you and your honesty also.
Absolutely.
What he said, great read. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Oh, cool.
I appreciate that. Thank you, man. Yep. Yeah. Listen, man, we gotta jump on, Mike, sometimes, man, when this WNBA is down the stretch, it's heating, it's thick. You can always jump on one day after a game, man, and just dissect some of that stuff. Talk. I need you to tune in, talk.
What, to the WNBA?
Yeah, you're a basketball guy. Yes.
I'm telling you, that WNBA, I'm telling you, once you start watching it, you're gonna be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna, you know what I mean? You really appreciate what you see out there on that court.
Yes.
Ain't no dunking, but you know what I mean.
No, but it's still.
And look, Mike, we might have to have a post-game show, man, in the NFL now, man. You know when that
post-game,
post-game show, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's real right there. Yeah. To me, that'd be great on Sundays to attack it afterwards.
Right. You know what I'm saying? We jump on after the games, after that 4 o'clock game go off, and then we come on here and give a little update on what we saw and things like that, man. So that's just something you think about.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
I'm up for it.
Yeah, it's something.
Man. I appreciate y'all.
All right, fellas. I got 14%. Every day I do. Every Saturday, Sunday I do this. Run my battery dead. I'm gone. Holla at y'all, brothers, man. Love y'all, man.
Respect.
All right.
Respect.